Hi, do you also get confused between the Medicare and the Medicaid government health plans? Do you also find it difficult understanding the eligibility criteria for both the plans and even the benefits offered for both the plans? If yes, then you're at the right place. Hi, I'm Manmeet Chadha. Welcome to Health Tech Decoded, where you get answers to all your queries related to healthcare technology. So, today we'll be talking about the Medicare and the Medicaid differences, and I'll take you bullet by bullet so that you can understand better what are the eligibility criteria for both these plans and how the benefits differ in case of both these government aided programs. So, as you see here, we'll be talking about the program type, the eligibility, costs incurred, benefits, and the enrollment details for both the plans here. So, starting with Medicare, Medicare is a federal government funded program, and Medicaid, it's a state government and a federal government funded program. It's both. And then the eligibility criteria for Medicare, it's like you have to be above the age of 65, and also you have to have had the Medicare taxes paid already for 10 years minimum, so that you or your spouse can avail the Medicare benefits. And then there are certain disabled people who can also avail the Medicare benefits, and if you are disabled, then you should have already availed the Social Security disability benefits for at least 2 years prior to getting benefits from Medicare. And then even the end stage renal diseases, which is also called as ESRD, even if there are patients with such diseases, they also qualify for Medicare. Now, the qualification or the eligibility for Medicaid, it involves that the families and the individuals who have a low income, those people are qualified for Medicaid. And the low income, how is it qualified? It's MAGI qualified. So MAGI is a modified adjusted gross income. It's a figure that is calculated based on your taxable income, and this is how MAGI determines the eligibility for Medicaid. So MAGI it's used for determination of these healthcare incentives. It's been there since 2010, and it's been part of the Affordable Care Act, or even called as the Obamacare Act. So that was put in place in 2010. Since then, MAGI is used for determining the eligibility based on low income for families. So, but then if you're MAGI qualified, yes, and you get qualified for Medicaid, in that case you have to be a resident of that particular state from where you are receiving the benefits, and if yes, then you are completely eligible for Medicaid. Now, talking about the costs incurred, so Medicare, it definitely has low premiums, and these low premiums are only to be paid in case you've not paid the Medicare taxes. So, as you see in the eligibility section here, as you see, the top bullet was saying that you have to be above the age of 65, and you also should have paid Medicare taxes for 10 years. So, but what if you are above the age of 65, but you, due to some or the other reason, you did not pay those Medicare taxes for those complete 10 years, you only paid it for a certain number of years, but not 10 years. In that case, you will still be eligible, but you will have to pay some low premium amounts because your Medicare taxes eligibility was not satisfied completely. And then for Medicare, there are some co-payments and some deductibles for all the services that you avail. Now, in case of Medicaid, the premium amounts are very, very low, and because you anyways are the low income group, in that case it's very low, and but again it depends on the state. It's state to state, the premium amount is decided. And then the co-payments and deductibles are also minimal. And then there are certain services which are completely exempted from the deductibles or the co-payments, from the out-of-pocket costs. So out-of-pocket is what? Out-of-pocket costs are the costs that someone has to pay for the services that they are getting, like the co-payments or the deductibles, co-insurance amounts. So they all fall under the out-of-pocket costs. So for Medicaid eligible individuals, certain services are completely exempted from the out-of-pocket costs, and those services include the emergency services, family planning services, pregnancy, certain preventive services. They're all exempted from the out-of-pocket costs. Now, in terms of benefits, what does Medicare offer and what does Medicaid offer? So for Medicaid, care, the covered benefits that are completely covered by default are the Part A and the Part B Medicare benefits, and then there are Part D also. So Part A Medicare benefits, they all include the hospital insurance. Part B includes the medical insurance, and then the Part D is for prescription drugs. So if you are, by default, you do get the hospital insurance and the medical insurance, which is Part A and Part B, but then Part D is optional. It's completely optional. You should enroll yourself into Part D for prescription drugs, which you may not need at this moment, but later in the game you may require some prescription drugs. So that is why you should enroll yourself in Part D also, or else there are certain penalties that you may have to incur in case you want to enroll into Part D later in the stage. So now Part A benefits, they include all the hospital insurance benefits like the inpatient treatments, like even home health services, where you do get home health services for a short period. Then nursing home care also, again for a short period if you want that kind of a care, that's also included in Part A. Then Part B, it includes all the outpatient services, it includes the lab and x-ray services. The preventive services also is included in Part B, and then the even some limited prescription drugs are they are part of Part B also. Even because the prescription drugs are mostly part of Part D, but there are some limited category of drugs which are taken care in Part B as well. So then not covered by default are like long-term care. It's not covered by default for Medicare, and even dental care not covered by default in Medicare. So now coming to Medicaid, then there are certain mandatory services that the states have to offer, and those services, they include the inpatient, outpatient services are mandatory and the state has to offer those services, and then lab and x-ray services are mandatory. Then home health services are mandatory, which the state has to offer. Then there are certain school-based services. So like school-based services include some basic checkups in school for the kids who've enrolled in schools, and basic treatments. There are certain set of treatments and services include as part of the school-based services, and those are all taken care. They are mandatory for any state to offer. Then optional for state, there are certain services which are optional, and it all depends on state to state. Like some states would provide, some would not provide, because they are optional. So those services include the prescription drug services, long-term services. They are optional for states, but some states do offer long-term services like home services, long-term home health services. They are provided by certain states and may not be provided by some, but yes, Medicaid does include long-term services provided, and yeah, it's optional for a few. And then preventive services are also included in Medicaid, dental, eye care, all that is included as part of Medicaid, but yes, it's optional, depends on state to state. Now, enrollment. When do you enroll in Medicaid as compared to Medicare? So for Medicare, you should be actually enrolling either 3 months prior to you turning 65, the month that you are turning 65, and 3 months after you've turned 65. So there's a total span of 7 months in which you should be able to get yourself enrolled in Medicare. And if you have not been able to enroll yourself in that span of 7 months, 3 months prior to your 65th birthday, the month of your 65th birthday, and the 3 months post your 65th birthday. So if those 7 months you do not enroll yourself, then you can enroll yourself into Medicare starting January 1st through March 31st every year. But in case of Medicaid, you can get yourself enrolled any time of the year. So that was pretty much about Medicare and Medicaid, and I hope I've been able to clarify you all these details, and you are now clear with the Medicare and Medicaid differences. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so that you can get information about all such healthcare technology items. Thanks.